Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, dear students. This is your week number 9th, and you have done with your midterm. In the last lecture I had uploaded was about acquisition valuation, and I have also done some discussion on your valuation and evaluation regarding the status quo and valuation regarding the change in control. And now today the discussion is about synergy, because this is another motive for acquisition. We will discuss in this week about different types of synergies and how we can calculate valuation related to synergy. So starting with the synergy, as we are discussing different valuation issues. So valuing synergy is another motive of merger and acquisition, as organizations want to increase their operational efficiency and financial efficiency. So that would be the major reason sometimes in which these merger and acquisition deals take place. So the key to existence of synergy is that target firm controls a specialized resources that becomes more valuable if combined with the bidding firm's resources. That means that the firm, the acquiring firm who want to take control of the target firm, so there are certain resources which are being acquired, which are being possessed by the target firm, and the acquiring firm think that if they combine that resources with their own resources, it will increase their operational efficiency and financial efficiency, whatever the case is. So there are a variety of specialized resources, and but it depends upon the nature of the business and nature of the merger that has been taken place. For example, when we talk about a horizontal merger in which the company acquired the same kind of companies and which are producing the same, which are working in the same line of business or in the same industry. So major emphasis was to increase the operational efficiency based upon that they want to achieve economies of scale. And obviously when you are you achieve economies of scale, your cost will reduce, you have more market share, and you have obviously have a market power in order to govern that market, and which obviously have a very positive impacts on your profit margins and sales. But in a case of vertical integration and vertical mergers, in this kind of merger, the company acquire the different segments or different areas of their value chain. That means that they can acquire their supplier, they can acquire their distributor or retailers. So the primary source of energy here comes from the controlling the chain of production completely, or value chain completely. But in a functional integration, when a firm with strength in one functional area acquires another firm with strength in different financial area, the potential financial gains rise from exploring the strength in these areas. That means that if the acquiring firm is weak in finance, so obviously they'll acquire those firms which are very much strong in their financial areas, or in a marketing division, or they're in or they're in procurement division. So obviously it will help to strengthen those areas which are weak enough, and it actually gives support you. So these would be the major reason behind acquiring that firm in order to gain synergy. As we are discussing the synergy or operating synergy, what form is the synergy expected to take? That means that what type of synergy you want, whether you want to target a reduction in cost as a percentage of sales and increased profit margin, and mostly that take place when you have economies of scale, or if you want to increase the future growth or prospects of future growth opportunities, and that's the case when you want to increase the market power, or you will have to gain more market share. But when when can the synergy be reasonably expected to start? um, uh, Firstly, that would be the first thing that we are discussing over here, is that would be the ultimate gain you want to get from synergy. But when we actually see that this synergy is affecting, or this kind of synergy is being achieved, so you have to see the cash flows. Will the gain from synergy shows instantly after the takeover? If it will take time, when can the gains be expected to start showing up? That means that, as we have we are you are the students of finance, so it's the time value of money is very much important. So if the synergy would took place after 3 or 4 years, or it will take too much time, so obviously it's not would not be beneficial for the company. So you have to assess that when you will start feeling that, or start noticing the change or increase in synergy. So that's something very much important. The timing of cash flows is very much important. So these things are very important while you are assessing synergy regarding any kind of merger or acquisition. So answering these two main aspects is very much important while you are measuring or you are valuing any firm regarding the synergies. What would be then the procedure for valuing synergy? So we will discuss the step-by-step procedure of valuing synergy when you are actually assessing the value of any kind of merger and acquisition, and the motive behind which is synergy. So first of all, the firm involved in the merger are valued independently. As you first of all, you have to find the value of a firm, value of your firm and the target firm independently by discounting expected cash flow to each firm at the weighted average cost of capital for the firm. Secondly, the value of combined firm with no synergy is obtained by adding the values obtained for each firm in the first step. Firstly, we will find out the value independently of both the firms, and secondly, then we will combine the firms we will not consider synergy over here, and find the value of the combined firms. Third one is the effects of synergy are built into expected growth rates and cash flows, and the combined firms is revalued with synergy. So after that, once we have done with the combining the firm with no synergy, we'll see that what kind of growth rates you want, what kind of cash flows we are going to expect from those firms. So incorporating that changes, and we'll again find the values, and combine these firms is revalued with synergy, and value of synergy will be calculated based upon value of the combined firm with synergy minus value of the combined firm without synergy. So, what would be the synergy effects in valuation input? First of all, if your motive of synergy or your motive of acquisition is that you want to have synergy in economies of scale, so operating margins of combined firm will be greater than the revenue weighted operating margins of the individual firm. That means that your operating margin would be more when you have, or you achieve, you want to want to achieve operating synergy, and your major motive is economies of scale. And if you want to get growth synergy, so in this case we want to see that more projects, that mean higher reinvestment rate with your retention. That means that you are acquiring more projects, and you are investing in more projects. You are so in this case, your retention better project may means that you have higher return on capital, ROE, or you are getting more profit on your equity. And but in the longer growth periods, again these input will be estimated for combined firm. Obviously you will see these result for combined firm once you have calculated the values of combined firm. So based upon that, you will see that if you want to achieve a growth synergy, you have a higher return on capital and longer growth periods. Over here, we have example of Compaq and Digital. These are the two firms who want to, and the Compaq want to acquire Digital. And we'll see this example. On the basis of this, we'll calculate the synergy, and we'll discuss the different aspects of that. So in 1997, Compaq acquired Digital for $30 per share plus 0.945 Compaq shares for every Digital share, that is 53 to 60 per share. The acquisition was motivated by the belief that the combined firm would be able to find investment opportunities and compete better than the firms individually could. The background data is that current EBIT, that is earning before interest and taxes, of Compaq is $2,987 million, and Digital are $522 million. Current revenues of Compaq are $25,484 million, and for Digital they are 13,046 million. Capital expenditure minus depreciation are 184 million for Compaq and $14 for Digital. Expected growth rate next 5 year is 10% for Compaq and 10% for Digital. Expected growth rate after 5 year, 5% for Compaq, 5% for Digital. Debt plus equity ratio is 10% for Compaq and 20% for Digital. After tax cost of debt is 5% for Compaq, 5.25% for Digital. Beta for equity in next 5 years is 1.25 for Compaq and 1.25 for Digital. And beta for equity after 5 years is 1 for Compaq and 1 for Digital. And working capital revenues, 15% for Compaq and 15% for Digital, and tax rate is 36% for both companies. So this is the background data, and this on the basis of this background data, we'll find the values of these two firms. Now the first step is that we will calculate the optimal value, independent value of Compaq and Digital. So we have already calculated the value of Digital when we were calculating the value of control in the previous lecture. So we will take the same data to avoid doubling in calculation. And for Compaq, we will calculate the same values for like free cash flows for 5 years, and the same formula was be applied for free cash flows. For year number 1, the free cash flow would be 1,500.19 million, and we will use the cost of capital, capital for finding the present value of these free cash flows, and so on. We will go on and increase, because the growth rate is 10%. So seeing the growth rate, we will calculate the free cash flow for the next periods up to 5 year, and after that we will have to calculate the terminal value with the help of the growth, which is actually unlimited growth formula, and on the basis of that we will calculate the terminal value, that is 56,654.81. And after that we will calculate its present value, and also the present value of the 5th year, and the present value for this terminal value will add up both of them, and taking the full length calculation, we will get 38,546.91 as your as the uh, uh, as the value of Compaq. And after 5 year, capital expenditure will be 110% of depreciation. So based upon that, we will calculate the total value. And now the terminal the value of Compaq is 38,547 million. Now combined firm valuation. The value of the combined firm, that is Compaq and Digital with no synergy, should be the sum of the values of the firms value independently In order to avoid double counting the value of control, we add the value over here we add the value of digital optimally managed that we estimated previously in the previous lecture, and the value of compact arrive at the value of combined firm. Now value of digital optimally managed is equal to 4,531.58 million, and value of compact that status quo is equal to 38,546.91 million, and the value of combined firm would be combined is 43,078.50 million. The combined firm will have some economies of scale, allowing it to increase its current after tax operating margin slightly. The dollar saving will be approximately $100 million. Now over here we will first find out the current operating margin and new operating margin. Current operating margin would be 2,987 plus 552. These are the EBIT, and divided by 25,484 plus 13,046. These are the revenues of each firms, and the answer is 9.11%. New operating margin, as we have, they say that we have discussed that we have $100 million dollar saving. That's why this 100 would be added to the EIBT of both the companies, and divided by the same of their revenues. Now the value is 9.36%. So the combined firm will also have slightly higher growth rates of 10.50 over the next 5 years because of operating synergies, because we are striving for operating synergies, so the growth would be slightly increased from 10 to 10.50%. And when we have to find out the beta of the combined firm, so it will be done in two steps. First of all, we will see the both companies unleveraged beta, that is unleveraged beta of digital are 1.07, and unleveraged beta of compacts is 1.17%. So digital's firm value is 4.5, and compact's firm value is 38.6. Unleveraged beta is equal to 1.07%, and 4.5 is the value, and 43.1 is the combined firm value, plus 1.11 is the unleveraged beta of compact, and 38.6 is the compact's firm value, and 43.1 is the combined value of both the firms. So now the new leverage now the beta over here is 1.16. Now combined firms debt equity ratio is 13.64. So new leverage beta would be 1.16 multiplied by 1 plus 1 minus 0.36 and 0.1364. So new leverage beta would be 1.26. Now, in order to find the free cash flows for combined firm valuation, first of all we have to combine the EBIT of both the companies plus add 100 saving, and then they as they were saying that the 10% 10.5% is the new growth rate, so we'll grow it that, and after that we will deduct the capital expenditure and also the working capital difference. So and both would we have to increase with 10.5%. Based upon that, we will calculate the free cash flow for each period, and as we have calculated the new cost of capital, so based upon that new cost of capital, we will discount the future we discount these free cash flows and find the present value, and also the terminal value. By doing all the calculation, now the combined firm value is 45,511. And when the value of synergy, when the value of combined firm, that means that we will combine the firm with Synergy, so that will give you 45,511. Value of Compact plus value of digital, that means we have calculated the value of Compact separately and value of digital separately and combine it. That is, value of Compact is 38,547 and the value of digital is 4,532. This will give 43,079 million of value of Compact and digital. So this is the value of both the firms, and because now the total value of Synergy would be that value of combined firm with Synergy minus the value of Compact and value of digital. So it will give us 2,432 million. That is the total value of Synergy. That means that if these companies were merged, or when this is digital is acquired by Compact, so it will give them Synergy and it will help them to improve their operational efficiency. But it is something which we have to understand is that Synergy is not something which come instantly. We have to work for it, we have to wait for it, because once the transition took place, it will take time, that every thing should be in proper ways, and because everything is being in a transition process, so obviously Synergy will take time. But for evaluation purpose or for decision making purpose, that for this forecasting is good. But in actual way, we have to think that at least 2 or 3 years are required for Synergy to took place. So these things have to be kept in mind while we are making analysis. Now looking into the valuation blocks of digital. First of all, value of the firm, that is status quo, that was 2,110 million, and the value of control is 2,521 million. Value of firm when change took place, that is 4,531 million, and value of Synergy is 2,432 million. The total value of digital with Synergy is 6,963 million.